Hey guys, Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. I want to do a quick little video here on someone who's just starting out. Maybe they're just starting out but just bought their first home, someone who wants to start DIYing more, or if you just want to attempt a project on your own for the first time, you just need some tools around the house to get that done. Well, I want to just share a few tools that I find, of course, really useful, and which tools are generally I recommend getting first as well too. So I've got 4 tools here in front of me. We're kind of just your basic power tools here. Well, to start out, I start over here on the left, I've got an impact driver. And of course, it's always the argument between a drill and impact driver. Both are different in how they work, but they're very similar in the fact that they both will turn to either drive something in or to drill. But I generally prefer the impact drivers over the drills. Even when I'm doing my own work for clients, I generally prefer to pull out an impact driver first. And of course, the argument is always with a drill, you have a infinitely adjustable chuck here. So of course you can put any size you want in here that'll fit, and it's going to accept that. However, though, one of the arguments I always hear is, oh, you can't drill with an impact driver. Well, that's not necessarily true because they do make impact driver ready drill bits, which is generally what I like to prefer to use as well, because they're just so convenient. I can snap that in and out there just as fast as I can do it with a drill. But with an impact driver, I get a much more compact package for the most of the time. A little bit easier to use, a little bit lighter, and still packs just as much power, if not more power, than most drills at times. So, impact driver, definitely one of the number one things to use. Now, you do want to be careful with impact drivers because let's say you're maybe installing like something with a door, you're putting in a new door latch, or you're working around some smaller screws that are really sensitive. You want to be careful not to over torque those screws. Now, of course, more modern impact drivers now have settings, of course, that allow you to do that, but it's hard to beat a drill when it comes to the multitude of clutch settings on here. So currently I've got this drill just in drill mode, but I can adjust this all the way down to 1, 5, 8, and what it's going to do there is it's going to, once I start putting in a screw and it starts getting some resistance, it'll stop it for me, and it'll just allow that drill to keep spinning without actually moving that screw still. So of course they both have their uses, depending on what exactly you're doing. I generally find myself pick up an impact driver more times than I pick up a drill. Even when I do need to drill something, I'll still grab an impact driver and pick up an impact ready drill bit as well. They just come in handy so well, and I just love how the chucks work on impact drivers. They're just so convenient there. Probably the second most used tool I use, believe it or not, is actually going to be a light. Now, what makes most of these lights that come from DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, Rigid, Craftsman, pretty much every brand has one of these lights, is that they actually allow you to move them around like this. So, of course, you've got a flashlight, and flashlights are helpful, but the problem is you have to hold the flashlight. So if I was let's say I got to change out a light bulb in a bathroom, and I don't have a lot of light in there, I just want to get some extra light. Of course, I can hold a flashlight in one hand, but I can actually set this down. Of course, the battery will be on the bottom here. I can set it down and just adjust the light up for me, and it's going to hold the light in position for me, which is going to be really convenient. Instead of holding a flashlight, I'll then have both hands free to do the work I need to do. It definitely keeps you safer, and of course, the big pro with these is that you can just recharge the batteries quickly. Instead of a flashlight, which you have to replace the batteries, or you can buy, of course, rechargeable batteries for flashlights as well too, but having a nice rechargeable battery on a flashlight like this that works with all your other tools is generally really convenient to have. And you never know when you need a flashlight. You might have a storm, an emergency, power outage. Always good to have one of these laying around. And with the larger batteries power tools use, you'll get pretty much days worth of power out of these flashlights then when you go out to the actual big power tool batteries. It's definitely useful to have there. And don't always recommend this to everybody, but having some type of circular saw on hand is always great. If you got to cut something, maybe you're doing a quick flooring repair, maybe some decking or fencing, and you got to make a few quick cuts, always good to have a circular saw. Now, you don't need to go out and buy the biggest worm drive saw they've got. You generally don't even need some even like the 18-volt saws. But this is actually a Makita's 12-volt saw. It's got a pretty small blade on here, but I actually use it quite a bit for cutting things that are about an inch or less in thickness. And it's a great little saw, works really good. Excellent battery life and super easy to use, super lightweight, and really comfortable to use as well too. It's a little bit bulky here with the motor, but not too big of a deal. And it's relatively cheap too. I think I picked this up with 2 batteries and a charger for right around, I think, $70 too. It's really affordable. It comes with a full 3-year warranty from Makita. And many other brands make 12-volt saws. I know DeWalt's got a really nice one out. The Milwaukee has a really excellent one as well too. But overall, these are the 4 tools that I recommend pretty much any homeowner have on hand, ready to go. If you need to make a quick repair, you need to just fix something around the house quick, even assembling IKEA furniture. If you've ever used the little Allen keys they give you, it's so much nicer to throw that into a drill, set your chuck setting just right, and be able to really snap together that piece of furniture really, really fast than using a drill. And you can pick up little Allen key heads. I believe I got a few of them right in the drawer near me over here. And I've actually got the socket adapters too. I keep these on hand all the time. Just super useful to have whenever you got to assemble something from IKEA or pretty much anything from a furniture store, of course. So just something to think about. Don't necessarily need to buy Makita. Lots of great brands out there that are very affordable. Craftsman's a good brand. Ryobi, definitely an excellent brand there. Their batteries are excellent to use. Many excellent brands out there to choose from. But these are just the overall tool types that I would recommend for pretty much any first-time homeowners. You want to start getting in the DIY. These are the 4 tools you're definitely going to need right away. So leave a comment below if you think I missed anything, and have a great day, guys.